I think there's still quite a bit of room actually for this team to get better.
100%.
And that's wild.
So there was a gentleman who commented that we were too high on the University of Texas on this rewind the other day. Nick, do you think we're high on the University of Texas, or do you think and this is TexAgs Rewind, by the way, we're going to talk about A&M, but I just think preseason-wise, people are picking them to be one of the top teams in the country because of what they did last year. I think that's fair, but I also think it's fair to say that I didn't let you talk.
I don't even remember when we said that, but yes, what you just said, they're going to be, pick any outlet, they're going to say that Texas is going to be a title contender, and that's just a fact, whether you're an Aggie fan or not, or, Texas fan, whatever you want to be, that's a fact, but I don't even know what you're talking about, to be completely honest.
Yeah, because when you guys comment, I do go back and I comment back, and I do these things, and I think they have an easy SEC schedule for SEC standards. All that being said, today's show was not about that. I just wanted to kind of start it off with that. Today's show, I was back. I was out of town for the last couple of weeks, or a couple of days, I should say. Caught up with OB on the Go Hour. We talked about Aggie baseball. How many straight series, Mr. Dawson, have they won?
That'd be 3.
Come on, bro. 3.
I'm
Say it
Ron
with
Burgundy.
the chest.
All right. They've won 3 straight series,
Whoa,
including a sweep in between.
Was that kind of like starting as a Trump?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You saw he kind of started as a Trump there, but
I can't do it as good as Nick, so I've given up.
We had Kay Naegeli on the program. We like Kay. She made fun of me. That's what she does. We had Billy Liucci on the show. And Nick, we talked football. We talked baseball. We talked basketball. Calipari. We talked Buzz. What else did we talk about? Morgan Wallen?
Yeah, Morgan. Well, no, you talked about Morgan Wallen. Oh, no, he brought that up.
Yeah, see?
I forget things.
This is the rewind. You tell me what you saw on this rewind when you comment below. Check it out. Can I read you what CBS has?
I think they'll be better off with having some experience to go with that talent. But yes, please.
CBS, Billy Donovan.
Going to.
Yeah, these are some candidates, coaching candidates. Billy Donovan, Rick Pitino.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Nate Oates.
Okay, I'd do that. I'd consider that.
And Dan Hurley.
All those guys. If I was a Dan Hurley, why would I leave?
I'm about to win potentially my second championship tonight.
Yeah, unless it's just a ridiculous difference in how much I'm getting paid. Man, Billy Donovan. I mean, if he would be interested.
It's been 10 years. How long has it been since he was in the college basketball?
I don't
like
care.
15? You still take him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then who else? The other one you said that I like?
According to CBS, Nate Oates. That's a no-brainer right there. I think he's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of interesting
Kentucky's
names.
going to have
They're going to get who they want.
Right.
And then what happens? But there's another ripple effect. If one of these big name coaches leaves,
then
these programs that are big programs will replace it with another name.
Now,
right?
what's Billy Donovan doing these days? Is he in the NBA?
He's coaching the Bulls.
The Bulls.
He's coaching the Bulls. Alex Caruso.
Well, I would say.
I know that you know about the Bulls. Yeah.
I would say going to Kentucky would be a step up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so like, what happens though?
Since you don't have Jordan.
If Kentucky does not get a guy an A+ hire, is Kentucky a football school?
No.
But do you remember that argument though? Remember Mark Stoops got upset about John Calipari saying it was a basketball school?
He was upset, because he just don't, you're dismissing us then. John Calipari just should have said something like, hey, we deserve this, not we're a basketball school. But yes, I do remember that.
But I think he apologized.
And he did, and by the way, Mark Stoops tried to leave.
I mean, I thought if you'd have told us before we got on the plane we were, going to win the series, probably would have said, I'll take it and head to St. Thomas. But no, I thought we played well. I thought Prager, after the first inning, did a really nice job. He didn't get that great of a start out of the gate, but then a sign of a good pitcher is he really found his stuff. He found his pitches and gave us a great chance to win. I thought Tanner did a nice job. Just had some bad luck. Couldn't finish off a few hitters, and it was a short stint. But really excited for Tadeo in that middle game. And Aschenbeck was Aschenbeck in both games. And then yesterday, Lampkin threw a ton of strikes. They just made him pay for some some bad pitches, and I thought their lefty did a great job early, kept us off balance, had 3 pitches going. He hadn't thrown his changeup much, so obviously he featured that as a starting pitcher. He threw some really good ones. Just unfortunate that we couldn't get one more big hit, but we'll take it. This league, as you've seen, is crazy, and we just got to keep pressing forward. We got another week of playing some really good teams.
Hey, Coach, the gist of my article that's going to come out today was the old coaching phrase, you either win or you learn. And so on Sunday, I think we're learning that this team's – it's not just talented, right? Because it would have been easy for y'all. Okay, we've won 2 games. We've won the series. Now we're down 5 or 6-1, whatever it was in those middle innings. It would have been really easy to say, okay, let's get on the plane. Let's get home. We've done our job. But those kids, they're starting to show they've got something to them now.
Yeah, they really – I think we've showed that before now, obviously. But there's never panic.
Do you actually – what thing were you talking about getting shocked in? Because I've never heard of something like that.
The Tough Mudder, yeah. It's not that bad.
But still, that's a crazy concept.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a crazy
you like
concept.
That? It's not fun. It hurts, and then it goes away.
But so I guess, does it give you a little boost at all? Or
No, it hurts.
Just
so imagine.
But so you're already hurting, you're running, you're tired.
At least when I did it 2 years ago, it was the last station, and it's you see the end, and there's imagine a bunch of Christmas lights hanging down, and you have to run through them, right? And not all of them shock you, and then you got to jump over barrels of hay, and then most people fall. Yeah, and then
this doesn't sound fun at all.
It's fine.
It's fine. You get over it fast.
It's fine.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, let's get into some round there.
Shall we?
Around Aggieland. So softball. Let's start off with that. Trisha Ford's Aggies won their series over Kentucky 2-1, but they did drop Sunday's pitching duel. But Texas A&M will travel Saturday through Monday for a series at Alabama, different scheduling. They will not have a midweek, and they will begin on April 13th at 11:30 a.m. on ESPN2. So actually on the national broadcast. That'll be nice. And then baseball, number 3, Texas A&M took the series against South Carolina 2-1. That is A&M's 3rd straight series win in the SEC. They will return home to Bluebell Park on Tuesday night for a midweek contest with UTSA before hosting number 6 Vanderbilt this weekend. That's going to be a massive one and going to be a great turnout. Pretty big weekend in Aggieland for Ring Day going on, big baseball series. Yeah. It'll be awesome. Moving on to track and field, A&M's Tamara Chapman and Lamara Diston recorded national leading marks in the women's heptathlon and high jump, respectively, on the final day of the 44 Farms Team Invitational on Saturday. Chapman won 2 of 3 events with a total 6,219 points. That mark ranks her number 1 in the nation for the heptathlon this year and entered her in Aggie history books for number 2 all time. So a heck of a record to break there.
I still think opportunity for this team to get better. You're getting now what you've got going in left field, Sorrell. You could see that thing take it to second base. Y'all talked about Targach seems to have, gotten it going a little.
Yeah.
And you got, I think at worst you got a nice one too there with him and Kent. The worst right now, and one of those two could really, at some point you hope hit their stride.
Yep.
And maybe that's coming. But man, Chestnut. And that's another one piece of the conversation there at second. You got him back here in the last week or so. So I think there's still quite a bit of room actually for this team to get better.
100%.
And that's wild.
Yep.
So I mean, and look, Jace gets, I think, held to a different standard, like him and Braden. Like Braden had a more of a quiet week, and oh, by the way, he had 5 hits.
Right.
I mean, it's like. So and a couple of long outs, as Bronny calls them, loud outs. But Jace gets held to a different standard. He's getting on base via the walk quite a bit, and then he'll mix in a hit. And I know he hit a bomb yesterday. There's going to be a stretch where he heats up and hits, 6 or 7 home runs in a 2-week span.
He's batting .297 with 14 home runs.
I'm not talking about the year. I'm just talking about his average was also once at 340 or 330.
333.
But I mean, he's one of the best players in college baseball, one of the best hitters. My point is, he at some point along the way too, he might go on a 2-week heater where he wins you a couple games by himself.
Right.
That maybe you'd otherwise lose. So maybe one of those, hey, we would have beaten Georgia 2 out of 3, but we swept them because Jace had a 2-homer game and 6 RBIs. And then because he's that hot right now. So I feel like that's coming as well. So there is a lot of upside potential that this team hasn't even yet realized.
All right, Dawson, tell the people.
You got to like, you got to subscribe, you got to comment, and you got to share this rewind with everyone that you know that would be interested.
And check out Matthew Dawson at the Gladiator Dash on Saturday?
On Sunday, April 14th.
Sunday, what time, 8:30?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where your heat is.
Okay.
But you can there's events all day. There's an arena in there where you can, hang out, get food, music, and you can also purchase raffle tickets online at gladiatordash.com.
It'll be fun. Check it out. We'll see you next time.